for the highs and lows and moments between, mountains and valleys and rivers and streams, for where you are now and where you will go, for I've always known and I told you so, for nothing is happening and all has gone wrong. It is here in this journey you will learn to be strong. You will get where you're going, landing where you belong. Morgan Harper Nichols. I recently shared a video about some things I have been dealing with as a creative that have been making me feel a bit hopeless as an artist. Since publishing that video, I have been taking some time to redefine what being an artist means for me and navigating that through understanding as a way to honor that path while also it being something that can be sustainable for me. Needless to say, I am still figuring out some things. But one thing I know for certain is how much getting excited and feeling optimistic for future projects and new creative ideas I wish to share with my viewers makes me feel. To try and get myself out from this current state of mind, I decided I would make a middle of the year goals and rekindle some of these almost forgotten goals I had since the beginning of this year. This year, I have tried to keep up with the fast pace that this year has brought. In that keeping up, I've truly forgotten the joy that the work I share brings to me. I've tried to keep up by constantly creating, and by doing that, the intention behind my work has fallen short. And in doing so, my love for my work has also fallen short. As I plan for the goals I want to revisit for this year, I want the center theme to be to fall in love all over again with the message that I have to share as an artist, as a creative, as an illustrator, and as a writer. Make art, not because it prepares you for what you are going to be, but because it prepares you for who you are going to be. I do not yet know what I'm going to spend my days doing, but I know who I'm going to spend my days being. I make art because no matter where I end up, I want to be creative. I want to be thoughtful. I want to be kind. Rachel H. I decided to dust open my goal planning journal that I haven't updated since January. It is a rather sad reality that we can get so caught up in the midst of everyday life that the nurturing of our goals gets set aside because everyday life takes up most of our energy. I've always been such a huge advocate for self-care days and setting days aside where we just goal plan that I have forgotten to do this for myself this year. As many beautiful things have unfolded for me this year has also been a year that I have felt the least with a plan. And oftentimes, no plan can be great. The element of surprise can be quite pleasing. But as someone who needs to see where they are going and thrives on some sort of plan, it is best for me to at least make some outline of what I wish to focus on this next half of the year. Thanks to a beautiful friend I have made through this space, I have collected much of these beautiful pieces of stationery that I decided to use as a spread for my goal planning sheet. Having a place to come to and remind myself of all the things I wish to work towards to the remainder of this year feels like a breath of fresh air, that there is always hope for new seeds to be planted. I think it's brave that you get up in the morning, even if your soul is weary and your bones ache for rest. I think it's brave that you keep on living, even if you don't know how to anymore. I think it's brave that you push away the waves rolling in every day and you decide to fight. I know there are days when you feel like giving up, but I think it's brave that you never do. Lana Rafaela. I am learning to take off the pressure and just simply enjoy what life is right now. Even in the hardships I am currently facing, I find beauty in leaning towards the wisdom they can shower me with. I am learning to understand that what is now is not permanent and that I have the power to shape the life I want, because as long as I keep going, I will have never failed. As long as I never give up, my dreams and hopes will always stay alive, even during the days when I might feel the weight of all that might be going wrong. There will always be so much right in following my hopes and dreams. You don't need to move at such a rushed pace. There are flowers worth stopping to smell along the way, and strangers worth talking to about their day. Don't forget to look up every now and then to enjoy all the things in this present moment. Janae Cecilia. Can be quite easy to forget oftentimes all of the wonderful things that surround you when you are living in a constant fog of survival, whether that's financially, whether that's in your environment, with family, whatever the situation is. When you're living on a constant thread of just barely surviving in any sort of way possible, it can be quite easy to forget all of the other amazing things that are happening around you, that are unfolding right in front of your eyes. I truly believe that we need to honor all of the areas in our life, whether they are struggling, whether they are blooming beautifully. I think we need to make space for everything. I also do not believe in bypassing the very harsh complexities that oftentimes many of us struggle. I do not believe in toxic positivity. I think it is vital for us to honor those parts of ourselves that are struggling, that need some love, that need some tending, that need to just vent and decompress for a bit. And I feel when we make space to vent and decompress and let everything out of our system, at the end of that decompression and venting, we start to feel a little bit lighter. We start seeing through the fog and be able to see all the wonderful things that are blooming around us. I have been having a hard time, but I also have been experiencing some wonderful things in my life, things that I never thought were going to be possible. So I'm in a moment in my life where I am learning to make space for both of these and honor them and tend to them in all the ways possible that they need tending to. And that doesn't devalue one thing or the other. I'm just simply making space. I am simply feeling it and letting my body sit with these emotions so it can hopefully understand how to move through them. It felt extremely nice to make goals for future projects, for things that I want to focus on now that we are halfway through the year. As someone who really values optimism and loves the feeling of being optimistic, I'm learning that it's okay. It's okay not to always be in this constant state of mind of having to be this very positive person. And there's nothing wrong with moments in my life where I don't have the energy to be this very positive and optimistic person. And it felt nice making some little reminders in my goal planning notebook of exercises whenever I do find myself in a state of mind where I cannot, for the sake of me, be optimistic, and I really just need a little push to get myself out of that headspace if I so want to. And so it felt really nice writing some exercises down on how I can stay optimistic on days when it might seem some of my harsh thoughts are getting the best of me. I am excited to get into more of my planning in my notebooks, and I forgot just how beautiful it feels to write accomplishments, to write future goals. That to me is a beautiful way to nurture our goals, our aspirations, our dreams. And I haven't been doing that. I haven't been doing that for myself, and I forgot how beautiful that feels. So I'm excited to get to sit down more often and fill in my notebooks with aspirations, dreams, poems, all of the wonderful things. That way I can continue to stay optimistic for the future despite whatever things are happening in the world, in my personal life. This is going to be a great gateway for me to be able to pull myself out of those loopholes when I'm ready to breathe life into my hopes, into the things that I want to accomplish, into what I want to put out into the world. I want to thank all of the amazing folks who took the time to leave me a very heartwarming comment in my last video. I posted a very hard video, something that has been weighing in my heart for some time now as a creative, and some of the things that I struggle with as a creative. So thank you so much for your wonderful words. They were absolutely helpful, and I'm taking my time to center myself, to remind myself of all the beautiful things that I am hoping to create, that I am dreaming up of my goals and aspirations, of all the wonderful projects that I have written down that I want for them to come to life. Thank you for reminding me of just taking my time, and that it's okay to feel how I'm feeling, and that what I'm feeling is valid. As always, friends, remember that you can create the life that you want because you so deserve it. I will most definitely be seeing you in a video very, very soon. Take care and bye for now.